Okay, so question 13 starts off fairly predictably. We've got 2 sine theta plus cos theta equals r sine theta plus alpha. And really, you always should approach these, I think, anyway, in the same way. Write out the left-hand side again, no matter how tedious, but now use compound sine theta cos alpha plus r, don't forget the r, cos theta sine alpha, and you're all good. And then we use the classic method of equating coefficients. So the 2 is going to be the same as the r cos alpha, and the 1 is going to be the same as r sine alpha. Hence, tan alpha is going to be a half, and that leads to alpha is inverse tan of a half. What does inverse tan of a half come to? Let's see. I think it is 26.6. R you can always get by doing Pythagoras on the coefficients. So 1 squared plus 2 squared square rooted, so r is root 5. So at the end, I suppose we should actually say 2 sine theta plus 3 cos theta, plus cos theta, or just cos theta, is root 5 sine theta plus 26.6. Done. Okay, and that's part 1. And that's, as normal, pretty straightforward, and that's what you would expect in these kinds of questions. But they normally crank it up a bit in the next part, so let's have a look. Right, what have we got? Okay, we've got this funny looking shape, and we've got to show that 2 sine theta plus cos theta equals 2. Now, this can really get students. I remember going through this not that long ago, like was it only a few months back, because I was just doing this with year 13s and they'd just done trig. But the way to do this, the easiest way, is to actually be prepared to annotate on the diagram. This is also going to be theta, yeah, because that's 90 minus theta here, and as that's 90, that must be theta up there. You could do it with z angles as well. You could do it in a number of ways. If you just lengthen this line, that's going to be theta, and hence that's going to be, well, if you like, this, yeah, the easiest way is the way I just described, really. That's 90 minus theta, that's 90, hence that must be theta. Using that, I can see that the width of part 4 must be equal to this side of this triangle down here, which is simply 4 sine theta. And you want to draw a diagram. The examiners will accept a diagram, but this side is going to be 2 cos theta, because the hypotenuse there is 2, whereas the hypotenuse here is 4. And then you can just simply divide it all by 2, and you get the result down here. In some ways, that's one of the more trickier parts of the question. It really is. But notice it's a show that question, so you can always, say, well, okay, I did it, and there's the answer. Like, you've got to explain your reasoning. Sorry, you've got to really explain your reasoning, but you can use the answer if you need to use it later on. So it's quite handy, that one. But yeah, quite a tricky part of the question, really, that. Then it gets a lot easier. What we got next? Let's see. Solve that equation. So naturally, we're going to use our r sine theta plus alpha formula. We already know that's the same as solving root 5 sine theta plus 26.6 equals 2. So if we do theta plus 26.6, that should be equal to arc sine of 2 over root 5. And hence theta equals, let's have a look, 36.9 after you've taken away the 26.6. And it's solved. And then for the very last part, they told us about, well, they're basically repeating what the diagram's actually doing here, rectangles C and D and rectangles D and E touching at distance H. So just telling us what's in the diagram there. They want us to use our value of theta to find H. And I'd like to do that by going back up to the original diagram. Here we go. Okay, from here, I can see that tan theta is going to be equal to this side divided by that side. The opposite is just 2, and the adjacent is 4 take away h, because all of those rectangles are identical. Yeah. And now I can use this, because I know theta, I can use it to find h. So tan of 36 point, was it 36.9? Yeah, 36.9 equals 2 over 4 minus h. So 4 minus h is 2 over 36.9. And then you can use that to establish that h is going to be 1.3 to 2 significant figures. And that completes the question. Hope that makes sense.